It's crazy. I'm in a different room this time, but it's it's much less audio. What is it? Nice. It's not nice to the audio when I'm recording these videos. It's pretty. I didn't even test out the audio in here because it's so echoey. But would you rather hear that or me get a copyright claim because people were listening to something in my living room? I know what I would prefer. I don't want a copyright claim on any of these videos because then they'll never make money because, well, they're never going to make money anyways. But that's probably why I'm going to be quieter. Maybe I'll just be louder to counteract it, but that seems kind of stupid because then what if somebody wants to come into this room? It's just a study room in Knoll. I think I can show the hallway. See that? And then there's a study room right behind me. So if there's somebody behind me, then they might hear this. But they won't get any ads for listening to it. So today is not as interesting as what happened over the past week. Big surprise. Not really. What happened today? I woke up at like 8:30 and I was pretty tired because I only got 7 hours of sleep, but I was watching a TV show late into the night, so it's fine. I had a good reason to stay up, but no, I didn't have a good reason. And then after that, I went to my very first class, which was computer science, and for 9 minutes I thought that the class wasn't going to end, even though I could see the time moving. I thought, wouldn't it be so funny if we just went backwards in time so that I would have to experience this again? Actually, that wouldn't be that funny. It'd be super freaking annoying, and I would hate it. Thankfully, that didn't happen, and the class ended. I went back to my dorm room, and I think I watched more of that show, and then I went to my honors class, and I actually struggled to contribute to my honors class because it was, oh man, it was a difficult discussion, and I sat at a new table. I officially sat at all the tables. It only took me half of a semester to sit at all the tables in 9 weeks, which actually isn't that bad. It only means I repeated desks, like 3 weeks? So it was difficult to discuss with newer people. I don't know them, and they don't really know me, and whatever, dude. It was about family and friends and how your friends can be your family, and I said no, because sometimes my family is annoying, but when my friends are annoying, I can just get new ones. I can't get new family members. That's not true. You could put your penis in a place that doesn't belong and get some new family members, but I'm not going to do that. Oh, why am I even going to this? The calendar is not happening yet. So what also happened today is I had an interview for, oh wait, okay, I didn't mention it on my topics, but I had an interview for an internship, and the interview went really well because my parents forced me to prepare so much, and I'll be honest, I didn't really care about it until like yesterday when I was in the car, and then I thought, what if I don't get a chance like this again? And then I started trying from there, and I made jokes. Big surprise. I feel like I always make jokes when I'm nervous. Haha. But they are pretty effective. It helps the interview feel more like a conversation, which is what you're going to be wanting to have in the workplace. But you still do need to give information to them, like how qualified you are, and give good responses. How would you deal with the conflict? I would probably just run away. You can't probably say that. And I didn't. But yeah. And after that, I did my draft for an assignment that's due on Wednesday. It's about 1.5 pages, and that took me up until my math class at 6:30. And that class was super boring. I felt super sad in there. I'm saying super a lot. I felt sad in there because I was so bored and I didn't know what to do. And then I walked back here and I was like, oh damn, I'm going to have to record in a different room. That sucks. And now I can do the calendar. Alright. So look at this. It's the 21st, so we're going to go till we get to the 21st. All right. This is cool, man. This is a lot of people I'm skipping. There's so many good people in here. And I can't say them because then I feel tempted to put them on the list. All right. Oh, we still have a. I'm gonna read this. All right, we got Tom Flores, Dick Shaffrath. I like that his first name is Dick. That's funny. Jay Hilgenberg, Shawan Dunston, yeah, and Adrian Peterson. I made a joke a long time ago, and I think it's one of my best jokes. It was like, Adrian Peterson, more like Adrian beat his son. All right. So, the Los Angeles Rams signed halfback Kenny Washington, who will become the first African American player in the NFL since 1933. Washington played football and baseball at UCLA and was a teammate of Jackie Robinson in both sports. Offensive end Woody Strode will also play for the Rams this season. And in the All-America Conference, which begins operations as a competing pro league this year, the Cleveland Browns will sign Bill Willis and Marion Motley, who are both African American. The last NFL team to integrate will be Washington in 1962, and now they would probably be the first because they were the Redskins, and I think now, I think they're the Commanders now, which I think that happened over break too. I couldn't fit it on my list over there, but let's get into what happened over break. So a lot of basketball happened over break. March Madness. The seedings were announced. We got the main thing that's important to me is that Creighton was a 9 seed playing San Diego State University. Creighton, I don't know why I have to say it all out like that, but San Diego State are the Aztecs, and they should have been called the Az-Shits because they lost a game to Creighton, who was a 9 seed. I mean, how do you lose as an 8 seed to a 9 seed? That's like super embarrassing. I would never do that. And it's funny because they're in the West Coast Conference. No, they're in the Mountain West, along with Boise State, Wyoming, and Colorado State. And all 4 of those teams lost on not the same day, but they lost before Friday. And Creighton was down by quite a bit against San Diego State. But they came back, and I was so surprised. I wish I would have recorded it, but I literally got up and ripped my shirt off because I was so happy once they won. And I was like, I'll do it again if they beat Kansas, which takes me to my next point. They lost to Kansas only by 7 points, that is so, I know I shouldn't, as a fan of a team, be like, man, it's so good that they lost. But I can say it's so good that they lost only by 7 because it seems like every other tournament exit Creighton has had before, it's been, oh, you guys lost by almost 15, or you guys lost by 30. And ever since I've been alive, and been paying attention to Creighton basketball, it has never been close. Every single time it's been by 10 points or more. And that's an embarrassment. And Creighton playing against the 1 seed, you'd think, oh man, they're going to lose by a ton. But they didn't. They only lost by 7, and they totally could have won that game. And they have the worst luck ever because in the San Diego State game, their best player gets injured. However, here's something I would like to bring up. Because Creighton lost even with elite 3-point shooting against Kansas. And with Ryan Kalkbrenner, the best player on Creighton, that went down and wasn't playing in the Kansas game, you probably don't have as many opportunities to shoot the 3. And that is really what kept Creighton in the game. But you also get better rebounding, which is what Creighton really struggled with. I think they were out-rebounded by like 17. And usually you get points off of putbacks for offensive rebounds, or even a defensive rebound means that you're not getting an offensive rebound and not getting a putback. So that's the men's basketball, I think. No, there's some other stuff there. But women's basketball, Creighton beat Iowa. This is a 10 seed versus a 2 seed. Almost never happens. It actually happened twice. South Dakota beat Baylor in the second round, and now you got 2 10 seeds in the Sweet 16 for women. So good job, Women's March Madness, for being more entertaining. And also, Creighton women had such a clutch three, but it sucks because it's women's basketball and no one's ever going to see it unless I force them to see it. Be like, hey, you want to see this women's basketball highlight? And it's like, it's a 3-point jumper at the end of regulation. Oh, okay, I'll watch that. But anything else, you could probably not get somebody to watch. And what's funny is that the player who made that transferred from Iowa to Creighton and is amazing. Yeah, they freaking made a shot at the end of regulation to beat Iowa on their home floor, which is, I was like, man, it's so unfair that they get home floor advantage. But then my dad told me, yeah, but they wouldn't be able to sell out their crowd if the higher seed didn't have home court advantage. I was like, that actually makes sense. And as a business decision, that I am supportive of that. So let's get another thing straight. Another topic. Deshaun Watson to the Cleveland Browns. Ooh, that's crazy to me. That's insane. Deshaun Watson is like a good quarterback, maybe not a great guy, because when you have 22 sexual assault cases against you, you end up being kind of like a dangerous not a draft pick, but a dangerous trade. And yeah, I'm happy that he's on the Browns, but then I'm sad because Baker Mayfield's going to be gone. You get no more at home with Baker Mayfield, and you get no more of his personality. You get Deshaun Watson's personality, which as of recent has just been this in a court. And that's not really a personality. But you know who's going to be throwing to? Amari Cooper from the Dallas Cowboys. Mom, I know you don't care. That Amari Cooper is going to be playing for the Browns. But that's huge. He's a good... I almost said he's a good pass catcher. He's a good receiver. And a great receiver, actually. Probably better than any the Browns had, except for maybe Odell Beckham Jr. They were underutilizing him. I also saw The Batman. That's a 3-hour movie. Try fitting that into your schedule over spring break. It's difficult. Oh, here's my other basketball thing. Doug Eder, I don't know how you say his name, looks like me and plays for St. Peter's. They're a 15 seed in the Sweet 16. And this is the only time that a 15 seed has ever made the Sweet 16 in back-to-back years. And I find it kind of funny that the dude has a stash. If I just grew this out more, hopefully if they win 2 more games, and I won't shave this. So I'm going to wait until then to shave that, but I will shave this so I can look like him. He doesn't have glasses either. And if I grew out my hair more and didn't get a haircut recently, I would have totally looked like him. And I finished the show Inventing Anna. That show kind of sucks, but it's also kind of good. It was good at the end and fell off towards like the 2 episodes before the last one were kind of like, okay, this is strange. I don't really like this that much. But the last episode wraps it up nice. And I ran over break. What did I run over? Pavement with my feet and sidewalks and gravel and dirt. Yep, that's gonna do it. Outro.